Hey everybody, Matthew here from MiniWarGaming.com, and welcome to another Beat, Matt, Batrep.
MiniWarGaming's Beat, Matt, Batrep.
I got Jared here all the way from Warren, Michigan to play some Age of Sigmar. And because the new Ogor Mawtribes book is out, we're going to be having some fun with that. I already played one game that was posted, well, I don't know when this is being posted, so a week or two ago on a Saturday. That was in the MiniWarGaming Vault after the first impressions video, and that was against Fire Slayers, and I played a lot of Gutbusters. So today I'm going to be focusing on Beastclaw Raiders, and then in the MiniWarGaming Vault there should be another Ogor Mawtribes battle report, and I have no idea what that's going to be. I think it'll go back to the Gutbusters because I was really enjoying those, and after playing one game, and then looking back in the book at the different Mawtribes you can choose from, I saw a couple and I'm like, ooh, that'd be kind of fun with Gutbusters. But I want to give Beastclaw Raiders a try. This is my first time ever playing Beastclaw Raiders, and they've changed since the old edition. They just never really drew me in. Yeah. But now that they're combined and they have new allegiance abilities and all that, they actually seem a lot more interesting to me. But we'll see once we get them on the table.
Yeah.
If they're any good.
There's still lots of monsters.
Exactly. And I am limited by our collection as well, so after I play a couple times, I'll know what I need to get to expand. Now, Jared has brought in his Sylvaneth.
Yes.
And we're going to be taking a look at that army in just a second. So we're going to be looking at the Tree Huggers versus the Everwinter, essentially, is what we're...
Absolutely.
I don't know if Tree Huggers, you hug each other, right? And you're all trees, so...
They grow each other back.
Yeah, so lots of tree hugging. Anyways, if you'd like to come in for a battle report or for one of our events, we'd love to have you. Go to miniwargaming.com/challenge, and there you can find the details of our upcoming events or how to just come in for a regular battle report like this. Go check it out and make sure you follow us on facebook.com/miniwargaming as we post news of future events and other things that will be going on. So let's just jump right into it. Let's take a look at the armies. Let's start by taking a look at my Boulderhead Mawtribe Beastclaw Raiders. As you can see, I've got lots of monsters, and that's because the Boulderhead Mawtribe loves their monsters. In fact, gives them all +1 wound. In addition, every monster hero gets to have a mount trait. Normally, you can only have one +1 for War Scroll Battalion. I do have a War Scroll Battalion, so it basically got me one extra mount trait, which I think is really cool because there are some really powerful ones in there. I decided to bring a battalion because I just like battalions. We got an Earlbad, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, battalion, which consists of a Huskard on Stonehorn, 1 to 3 Beast Riders, like Stonehorn Beast Riders. I only have one, so it is what it is. And then 1 to 3 Mournfang packs. I've got 3 units of 2 here because I'm trying to maximize on the trampling charge ability that comes with the Ogor Mawtribe basic allegiance ability. So what the Earlbad does is simply any hits with melee weapons from any model in this battalion that roll unmodified 6s to hit do a mortal wound in addition to everything else. So cool, nice and basic, and I think it'll be useful. If I had the right models for it, there would be more Stonehorns in there. But we right now in our collection have 2 Thundertusks and 2 Stonehorns. And we can modify what's on top of them, but unfortunately can't modify their heads to change out that. So in addition to this, I'm bringing a Frostlord on Thundertusk, and I've got a Huskard on Thundertusk, which is a priest. And I got 2 little bitty squads of Frost Sabers, and I did those because, well, I ran out of points otherwise, and I actually would almost always want to bring a couple little squads of these. They're awful, but they're fast, and they can go and grab objectives. So it's always nice to have a couple squads. The nice thing is, though, they're all battle line. So Mournfang Pack's battle line, these guys are battle line, the Beast Riders are battle line as long as your general is a Beastclaw Raider, and the general will be my my face.
Frostlord.
Thank you, Frostlord. I had the name in my head. Frostlord on Thundertusk. Now, being from the Boulderhead Mawtribe, I am forced to take their command trait and one of their artifacts. So he will be the general, and he gives all Boulderhead monsters wholly within 12 inches +1 move. So they'll be probably huddled together, at least 3 of them. And I gave the artifact of power to the Huskard because it gives his mount +1 to his hit rolls, and that's terrifying for the rock hard horns, I believe is what they're called. In addition, I gave him the mount trait that let the rock hard horns get +1 to hit on top of that, so they're hitting on 2s. So when he's uninjured, he'll have 6 attacks, 2s to hit, 3s to wound, -2 rend, 3 damage. So how much damage will that do? I don't know, you probably see a lot of 1s, but we'll see what happens. As for other mount traits. There's a lot of mount traits. I'm not sure if I'm going to go through all the details just because there's just so much to remember. So the Huskard on Thunder Tusk has a 3-inch aura that if he doesn't charge, any enemies within 3 inches of him at the beginning of the combat phase have to fight last. And that is pretty nasty. It doesn't work when he charges, otherwise that would be ridiculously overpowered. But it is nice defensively, or like in a follow-up round where they're still fighting. The Frost Lord on Thunderhusk has all rend reduced by 1 in melee, and he's got the artifact that once per battle he can reroll hits, wounds, and save throws until the following hero phase. And then we got prayers, and it's interesting, according to the rules here, the priest can only actually do 1 prayer. So I've noticed that priests in pretty much every battle tome can do the prayer that they have in their war scroll, plus a prayer from their list that the allegiance gives. But that's because the prayers themselves say, in the hero phase, do this, or in the combat phase, do this. Whereas his war scroll says, in the hero phase, he picks one of his prayers and he does it. And then when you look at the list of prayers that he can add on, it doesn't say he can do these in addition, it just says that he can know more. And they don't even have wording that says that they are done in the hero phase or combat phase. It just says that they are done on a 4+. So maybe that'll be FAQ'd, but it is worded very differently than all the other battle tomes. So we're going to treat that as he can only do 1 prayer for this. And the nice thing is I give him the Pulverizing Hailstorm because the Boulderhead Mawtribe gives +1 for that prayer to go off. That's the one where you just choose a point and nearby things possibly take mortal wounds. And that is my, well, it's 1,990 points of Beastclaw Raiders. And on this side, we've got Jared's 2,000 points of Sylvaneth. Why don't you walk us through what you decided to bring here, Jared?
Well, this is a Gnarl Root Glade, so that gives all of the models within 12 inches of a wizard from Gnarl Root the ability to reroll 1s to hit, and it doesn't specify between melee or ranged.
Nice. And that's basically the wizards will be your Tree Lord Ancient, your Branch Wraith, and your Branch Witch. So you got 3 wizards. Oh, and Drika, is she a wizard too?
Yes.
So you got 4 wizards. So basically, if they're within 12 inches of a hero,
Yep.
they're going to be rerolling 1s to hit.
And they have to be wholly within, but you want them close.
Exactly.
I can give them a command ability to a 6+ ignoring damage for any unit.
And who is your general?
The general is the Tree Lord Ancient. He's got the Nurtured by Magic command trait, which he gets to heal D3 for every spell that is not unbound. And
That he casts.
right.
Specifically.
That he casts, and it's actually can pick a unit within 18 of him. So if he casts it, he could heal a Kurnoth Hunter or a Branch Wraith.
Right.
Then-
Not just himself.
Right, and he's got Chalice of Nectar, which is the required artifact, so he rolls 3 dice when he casts and picks the 2 highest.
And I've got nothing to unbind, so really shouldn't be hard for him to cast his spell and be able to heal. Because he can only cast 1 spell, is that correct?
Correct.
Yeah, I know he's a big Tree Lord Ancient, but
All single casters.
all single casters. That's because of his actual close combat abilities and his survivability too.
Yep. I also have a battalion. I'm running the Forest Folk, which is 3 units of Dryads. I have 10, 10, and 20. And then the single Branch Wraith. That allows the entire battalion to retreat and still charge in the same turn. And gives me that extra artifact, which is Vesperal Gem, on that Branch Wraith, so she can auto-cast a lore spell.
Is that once per turn or once per game?
Once per turn. If she rolls a dice on a 2-up, it's auto-cast. On 1, she takes a mortal wound and it's cast, but you can't even unbind it.
Right. But it has to be from the lore, so it can't
Yes.
be her built-in spell.
No, I can't use it to summon Dryads. I can't.
Or to
use
summon trees. Yeah,
Yep.
because the trees are not technically part of the lore.
Right. Then we've got 3 units of Kurnoth Hunters, 3 with swords, 3 with bows, and then 3 with scythes.
You're representing different seasons with these?
Different realms, because I initially built them as a free spirits, because I often run them with Durthu. So the hunters come from all over. So they are being summoned to the glade.
So which realms? Let's go left to right. What realms are these?
So that was mostly from the mountains of the realm of life.
Cool.
They were from the realm of shadows, and then the realm of metal with the scythes.
Cool. Actually, it does look that way.
And then we have Drycha, who is the last one, named hero, and she got buffed pretty awesome, but her points went up.
Yeah.
Because she's almost equal to Durthu.
Yeah,
and her damage output is huge.
Yeah, she's pretty awesome.
I also have 2 endless spells. The Spite Swarm Hive, which can give me plus 3 inches to movement or rerolling ones to save. And then the Glade Worm can damage non-Sylvaneth and heal Sylvaneth models, but it doesn't bring back models, it just heals wounds.
So you got lots of healing capabilities.
Yep.
Keep things alive. And then, of course, you're just Sylvaneth, so you got all your trees, and I can see you got lots ready. Yep. And maybe even some extra dryads to get summoned in from the Branch Wraith that does... Is it Branch Wraith or Branch Witch? Branch Wraith that has that spell.
So I have 2 options to summon, because I can pick one or the other to summon from. One in the battalion and the other...
Oh, that's right. You have 2 Branch Wraiths.
Yeah, I got one there.
And what's this model from?
That was, I believe, a Reaper mini. It's a pewter model that I like the aesthetic a lot more. It's the same person coming out of the tree, but the old Games Workshop model just wasn't doing it for me. I got one, and then I was like, I want to make him different. So.
Well, it looks awesome. This is 2,000 points of Sylvaneth. So a little correction, I did not notice that in the Allegiance ability, it actually let the priest cast or do 1 extra prayer. It says that they can do in the hero phase 1 Everwinter prayer, which is that list that you choose from. So there is wording, it just was in a different location, which is kind of strange. So yes, he can do a prayer from his own war scroll, and then he can also do the pulverizing hailstorm. So that's cool. So anybody who already posted that in the comments, you're absolutely right. And then now that you've posted in the comments saying, oh, I see that you've addressed that. Yes, I did address that. We are going to be playing the Relocation Orb, which is an interesting one because it interacts in an interesting way with the Ogor Mawtribes allegiance abilities, which we'll talk about in a second. But first off, we got a nice pretty table here. The mat is from P-Work Wargames. We got a lot of scenery here. All these trees, the big ones, are aquarium terrain actually, that then Greenleaf terrain repainted and repurposed for us. These cool little hills are from Terrainify. And the trees are from various places, but the most recent one is from Foreground that has provided. So let's talk about Relocation Orb. So this is from General's Handbook 2019. Essentially there's one objective, but that objective moves around at basically the end of each round, or the start of each round, starting in the second round. It is worth 1 victory point to the player who's going first, and it's worth 3 victory points to the player who's going second, which I really like because, you know, all of a sudden going second has other benefits, which I think every single mission should do. You should basically just grab objectives at the end of the battle round, so the person going second has that huge advantage. Now, it's interesting because this one says that if you have a hero with an artifact or a wizard, which is all of the Sylvaneth heroes and a couple of my heroes, if they're within 3 inches of it, they count as 20 models. But the Ogor Mawtribes, in their allegiance ability, already count every Ogor as 2 models, or every monster as 10 models. So essentially, when my Frost Lord, who's got an artifact, is within 6 inches of it, he'll count as 10 models. And then when he gets within 3 inches of it, he'll count as 20. They do not stack. It actually has a designer's note that says you must choose one or the other. Obviously, I think, unless there's some weird conditions where you don't want to hold the objective, that you're always going to choose the one that's higher. But that's kind of cool. I still get my monsters are 10 models, so that can still help me grab objectives. Otherwise, it's very hard for ogres, especially Beastclaw Raiders, to grab objectives. But in this case, we get to see that in the works. And it's going to jump around, either coming over here and here, or going over there and there. And that can make a big difference based on where it is all set up. And then our deployments are basically triangles on either side. So we are going to get deploying now. We are deployed. Not really much to think about here for the Beastclaw Raiders. We do have a little grouping of monsters there with that +1 to move. On the other side, for some reason, you're holding your guys back. Why aren't you deploying as far forward as possible there, Jared?
Because you're fast.
Yeah.
That's scary.
You're kind of crazy fast. You got some dryads and your beekeeper. Look at all those bees. More dryads over here. And then you did place your piece of terrain And then the rest of your stuff is all hidden in the forest. So you got 20 Dryads and 3 Kurnoth Hunters. Anything else hidden in the forest?
Nope.
Just those 2. So everything is deployed. I finished first, so I get to choose who goes first, and it's actually a hard choice. 2 reasons. One, because the relocation orb gives you more points if you go second. Also, I like going second when I'm a close combat army. But I also know that the Sylvaneth do not mind going first, because it allows them to do a lot of their stuff.
Trees everywhere.
Yes, and the trees are restricted to being away from enemies, or any models for that matter. So if I move up, all of a sudden it shuts down a lot of places for the trees. So I'm going to think about this for a minute, and I'll let you know what I'm going to do. I promise you, viewers, it'll only feel like the blink of an eye. I will go first. See? That didn't take very long, did it, viewers? You didn't see how long off camera I went through all the different places you could drop trees and decide that I want to move forward and shut down a lot of those places at all. So I will go first. My Huskard on Thunder Tusk is going to try to pray for Winter's Strength, which is on a 4+, and then +1 for having another Thunder Tusk nearby. 3+. Woot, I rolled a 1. That would have given him +1 to all of his wound rolls, and that would have been scary. And I'm too far away to use the Pulverizing Hailstorm, so that's my hero phase. I'm not used to that. On to my movement phase. So there was basically one choice I have to make in the movement phase, and that is whether Mr. Huskard on the Stonehorn is going to try to get all the way across, because he can move 15 right now. 12 base, +2 because he's hungry, +1 because he's wholly within 12 inches of the general who has that command trait. The Dryads are 24 inches away, which means he'd have a 9-inch charge. I could re-roll it, obviously. But even if he makes it, that means he's stuck in there, and I think Dryka is within 3 inches of the front, so she would be engaged in there as well. And I don't know if I want him all by himself. If he could have a bit of support, then maybe. But he's not going to. So this is what the movement phase is going to look like. Before and after. Decided to be conservative for the first turn. I know he can just get double turn against me, but well. I've kind of tried to place my guys in such a way that if he charges me, there's lots of reinforcements. So in the shooting phase, I got a few little tricks. So I'm going to have my Frost Lord do a blast of frost-wreathed ice into the Dryads. The way this works is not the same as before. It's no longer a snowball that just does a ton of mortal wounds on a 2+. It's still pretty good. You roll 12 dice when they're at full strength, and every 6+ does a mortal wound. But you get a +1 to that if they're a unit of 10 or more, and you get a +2 if they're a unit of 20 or more. So it actually went from being a hero killer to being a larger blob killer. So I'm going to target the Dryads. I roll 12 dice. Every 5+ will be a mortal wound. Oh, there's 4 right there. You see how perfectly average that was? 2 5s and 2 6s. So 4 of them die. Now the other one can do it. Now it'll only be on 6s if I target that same unit, or I could do it on Draco. Now this is on 6s. But I want to keep kind of worming down that Dryad squad. So we need 6s. 2 more. Look at that, 2 5s and 2 6s. And 2, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Yahtzee.
1, 2, 3. Oh, this is my dream. If everything rolled exactly like that, oh, I would have this game mastered.
Nobody can say you have loaded dice now.
Look at that. Perfectly average, which is very unlikely. So 2 more mortal wounds. So killed 6 of them in total. Not bad. I also have 2 blood vultures there and there. They have a 30-inch range, and I just, basically they don't shoot. You just, in the shooting phase, choose a unit within 30 inches, and both of them will go on the Dryads again. And on a 2+, they do a mortal wound. Booyah. 2 more mortal wounds. Goodbye.
Poof.
Then I'm going to take this harpoon launcher. That's right, it's not a crossbow, it's a harpoon launcher. And I'm going to shoot it at your branch wraith right here. It just hits on a 4, so don't worry. Oh, okay. But it wins on a 3. No problem. My goodness, what are my dice doing today? No Ren though. Got a 5-up save. Oh, okay. But only D3 damage. Dice! What the heck? You're making a liar out of me. Okay.
That was for...
Is that your wounds remaining? You got 3 wounds remaining?
She's taking 3.
Okay, we're gonna go count down.
Count down, so she's got...
That way, whenever you look at it, we know what's left. Into the Battle Shock phase. The Dryads are automatically gonna lose 2. Bravery 6. Are you gonna Inspire and Presence them? You're not gonna use a command point to keep 2 Dryads alive?
No, even if I could bring it back D3 models,
Yeah.
it's better to save it.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, well, that's nice. I wiped out a unit of Dryads, so first blood. That's worth no victory points, but it feels kind of interesting to do that. And not bad. I'm in a position. I still, have to worry about the double turn in our random turn mechanic. But having said that, I do get a victory point for grabbing the middle objective. And right now, I've got equivalent to 50. There's 2 artifact heroes and an ogre monster. So there are 50 models on the objective right now. So come and get it, Sylvaneth. So you go to Sylvaneth turn 1. Hero phase for Sylvaneth. Where do you want to start?
Do Silent Communion from the Tree Lord Ancient.
What does that do?
So that he can summon a tree wholly within 18 inches, more than 1 inch away from models, terrain, objectives.
So this is his once per battle ability.
Yes.
Only restricting part about this is being more than 1 inch away from everything. And also his is only 18 inches, whereas the spell is 24. So limits your abilities, but you got stuff that needs to be deployed, so you need to get some trees out there. Perfect. Just as a little side note, whenever I play against or as Sylvaneth, you'll notice that I design tables a little differently. I try to leave like these little pockets all over the place for trees to be placed. Because I do like a lot of terrain in the table, but as a Sylvaneth player, that can be frustrating. When there's a rock right there, that's like, oh, I can't place these now. Next up, what are we doing?
We're doing Rouse to Wrath to summon some Dryads.
So basically this is, you choose a group of trees within 12 inches, not wholly, and then you can summon Dryads inside of those trees. Casting value 7. Not a good start. No trees. Next up,
we're going to cast Regrowth from the Tree Lord Ancient.
And that'll heal D6 wounds on the branch.
If I cast successfully, I can pick a unit within 18 to heal another D3.
So in other words, you'll get it back to full. But you get to use 3 dice, pick the 2 that you want, and what do you need for it?
I need a...
Only need a 5, so let's not see 2-2-2 or 2-1-1. There is a 6 and a 4, or a 4 and a 2, or a 6 and a 2. All those will work. Oh, you want the 10?
Yes.
Just want to show off?
Yes.
Okay, so D6 wounds are restored. That's all. Boop. So you don't need to use your ability to heal even more.
We're going to cast Throne of Vines from this branch Wraith so that she gets +2 to all of her casts until she moves or is reset up by traveling the realm route.
So she'll basically just be sitting there the rest of the game. That's what you're thinking?
That's the idea.
So what do you need to cast this?
I think it's...
You need a 5. Need a 5 with 2 dice. You got this. Yeah, you got it. 7. So +2 to casting until she moves. And lastly for spells,
we're doing the Verdant Blessing to bring in more trees, which needs a 6.
6 to cast. Well, you know what? You can keep those dice. I know that one was really cocked, but you rolled a 6 on a single die. Look at that, 11. Woo! So wholly within 24 inches of her, more than 1 inch away from terrain and models, enemy or friendly.
Yeah.
Let's kind of stick another one in there. Now, just so everybody knows as they're watching this, the possible places for the objective to go is to here and here, or it goes over there and there, and obviously that's not where you want it to go. You want it to come into this big thicket of trees. That's it for hero phase, so let's move on to the movement phase. Dryads on this side are going to move. It's huddling in the woods, making them really hard to see. -1 to hit them now, because they're wholly within 6 inches of an awakened wood. Where's Draka going?
9 inches.
She likes to shoot, so she needs to be careful not to block her line of sight, and not to run as well.
So she wants to go, not even the full 9, but to about there, so she's got
some line of sight.
Line of sight on the big guy.
And we got Kurnoth Hunters and the Tree Lord, and they reposition. In the shooting phase, all of a sudden we hear a buzz, 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 because she's in range 20 attacks worth of flitter flies, that's right, they're called flitter flies, come out and they zip towards the Huskard on Stonehorn. And these hit on 4s, 6s do mortal wounds, re-rolling 1s to hit because she's within 12 inches of a wizard herself. Go for it. 4s to hit. Okay, we got some 6s. So far we got 5 6s, 4 hits, and then a bunch of 1s you gotta re-roll. And another 6 and another hit. So the 6s do mortal wounds and then stop. The rest wound on 3s. Oh, goodness. These are -1 damage, so I get a 4-up save against these. And I take 1 more. So that is a total of 7. Stonehorns like to ignore wounds and mortal wounds on a 5+. I got 7 of them so far. And I only ignore 2 of them, so I take 5 wounds. So I'm down to 8. Remember, I actually start with 1 extra wound thanks to the Mawtribe that I'm part of, so I started at 13. Next up.
We're going with the Huntmaster and the one Kurnoth Hunter in range into that same Huskard.
You would have done all of them, but one's out of range.
And the other one is going to go into the other Stonehorn and
Right
hopefully
there.
pick off a few there.
So he was careful to place it so that the trees did not block line of sight, just in case anybody's looking at this and thinking, can he actually see them? The answer is yes. Against my Huskard, hitting on 4s, the white ones hit on 3s. And reroll 1s because you got a wizard nearby. Good thing, those are 2 1s in there so far. Reroll those. And you got 2 more. 3s to wound. Oh, that's 2 wounds. -1 rend again, so we have a 4-up save. I saved one of them. They do D3 damage, which is 3, nice. Which I then ignore on 5s.
Yep.
Ignore one of them. Well, you've done lots of wounds to him, so he's definitely bracketed. And then the one into the other Huskard, Beast Raiders. We got 1 hit, because they're hitting on 4s and wounded on 3s. That's a wound. Hey, so a little mistake. I've been treating him as he has a 3-up save. He actually only has a 4-up. Now that may have mattered against Drika, but it definitely didn't matter against the bow, so we're going to remember that from now on. So we've got a 4-up save on him, which is now a 5-up against the bows. And then I roll a 6, and it doesn't matter. And lastly, we got the Tree Lord Ancient shooting. What does he want to blast his gun at? I think he's in range of both of these.
We're going to go after the Stonehorn again.
Unfortunately, he's not in range, so we're going to fire at the Mournfang pack. 2s to hit, reroll in the 1s. That's a hit, barely, but it's a hit. 3s to wound. We got a wound, and it's a -1 rend, D6 damage. I've got a 4-up save that goes to a 5-up. Oh, saved it. We're going to back up for a second because we realized that we never actually dropped in guys at the end of the movement phase. And I hate when that happens to me.
Yes.
So I'm telling Jared that if he can honestly tell me he was going to do it without knowing what happened with the shooting, then he's welcome to do it. And he says he would have placed his 3 Kurnoth Hunters in there. So basically the guys who are kept in reserve can show up wholly within 6 inches of a tree.
Yes.
And more than 9 inches from enemies. So these ones are because they were in the trees all along. You just couldn't see them. Oof, the trees come alive, and they're Kurnoth Hunters. So now we're at the end of the shooting phase. There's not going to be any charging. Nothing's in range, and if they are, they had run. And so that's the end. There's no battle shock, and you did not grab the objective, obviously. So now we've got to see where the objective goes, and then roll to see who goes next. So the relocation orb has one of 2 possible locations. It's either going to drop back to roughly around here, or it's going to pop forward, from my point of view, to roughly around there. So we're going to say 1, 2, 3 is this way, 4, 5, 6 is that way. So roll the die right there. Oh, it's coming back my way.
Well,
Oh boy, not where you want it to go.
no, but I have numbers.
You do. It relocates there. Control of it is lost. That's important in case it relocated somewhere that nobody was. Whereas normally objectives continue to be held under the control of the last person controlled it, even if nobody's nearby. But now it's been reset. Obviously, if I go next, I'll have control. And if he goes next, I don't know. We'll see. Let's roll to see who gets to choose who goes next. I win ties with my orange die. Not because it's orange, but because I went first last time. 3 and a 3. I win the tie. So no double turn for Sylvaneth quite yet. Although let's face it, the double turn from 2 to 3 is often more lethal. But I will choose to go next. In my hero's phase, I'm going to pray for Winter's Endurance to heal D3 wounds off of the Stonehorn that you hurt. I think that's the best bet. +1 wound would be nice, but 3+ because there's a Thunder Tusk nearby. Yay, I did it. So he gets D3 back. 1. Well, 1's better than nothing. Not much better than nothing because it doesn't change his bracket, but yeah, we'll see. Then he's going to try to pray for a Pulverizing Hailstorm, which will basically allow me to choose a point, and every unit within 3 inches on a 3+ takes D3 mortal wounds. I normally need a 4+ for this, but the Mawtribe that I chose, the Boulderhead Mawtribe, gets +1 to the Pulverizing Hailstorm, so 3+. Well, I got it. I'll choose a point that's roughly right there. It'll hit both of the Kurnoth Hunter units. Starting with the ones who have swords on a 3+. Yes, they take D3 mortal wounds. And they take 1 mortal wound. Then the one with the scythes, yes, they take 1 mortal wound. Little lackluster. My Frost Lord will use his Alviker rune tokens. There's a once per battle artifact that basically until my next hero phase, he rerolls wound rolls, hit rolls, and saving throws. And into the movement phase, it's time to get stuck in. And they have moved forward. I think this is gonna hurt. Except these two guys, they weren't as hungry as they looked, even though they got their +2 move. It should be like they get +2 move if they move towards, like get closer to any enemy. But no, they're just like, I'm hungry, I'm going back to the center. Shooting phase, just because of the weirdness of the trees, this guy can't actually see Dryka. Doesn't mean he can't charge him. But I'm gonna use our Frost Wreathed Ice, something like that, at these dryads in the woods. Hunters, sorry, Kurnoth Hunters. So we got 12 dice, each 6 is a mortal wound. Yeah, 1 mortal wound, baby. So the one that was already hurt is now down to 3 wounds. And my Frost Lord, he'll actually go back on them as well, because I think I have enough hitting power to kill Dryka without having to soften her up first. And he does 0 mortal wounds. Wow, good job there, buddy.
Use all the snow on the dryads.
I guess. And then he's gonna throw his bird at them on a 2+, does a mortal wound. Nope. He actually can't see them, but he can see the Kurnoth Hunters behind them. 2+ mortal wound with his bird. Nope. Wow. Then he's gonna throw his trap at them, which hits on a 4. Nope. Harpoon launcher into the Kurnoth Hunters in the back, hitting on a 4. Yes. 3s to wound. Yes. No Ren, so 4 up save. My goodness. These ones have sniped each time. If he does 3 damage.
Almost killed
No,
him.
just 1. So you're down to 3 wounds in the 1. That was a very impressive shooting phase. So now we're going to go to the charge phase. Beginning of the charge phase, the Frost Lord has a command ability that all friendly Beastclaw Raiders holier than 12 inches can reroll charges. I'm going to use it just because I've got 3 units that'll benefit from that, and that way, you know, maybe they'll all make their charges. They're not really long, but it'd be nice to be able to reroll. And if I just have to reroll one of them, then it was worth it. We're going to start with our Huskard on the
Stonehorn.
Stonehorn, thank you. I was going to say Stone Tusk. I'm getting them all backwards. He needs a 3-inch charge. We get a 6. I'm going to keep that, even though part of me wants to re-roll it to get higher, so I can do more mortal wounds on the charge. So this is, you know, with the trees are kind of annoying. So I'm just going to stick his button there, because his base can fit, but the model cannot. So he rolled a 6 for his charge, so he gets to roll 6 dice for Thunderous charge, and because he's a monster, 4 pluses will do mortal wounds. Whoa, that's 6.
There.
Okay, so Kurnoth Hunter in the back there is now dead. And it does 3 more mortal wounds to the next one, bringing it down to 2 wounds. This Mournfang pack will charge 7. So only one's going to get in. She'll be the leader of the 2. But I still get to roll that Thunderous charge. Now they're not monsters, so it's only on 6s. Whoa! 3 more! Oh no! That just killed the next one. I don't need any attacks, I just need my Thunderous charge. Mournfang pack right here. I don't know what they need for the charge, but 7 is definitely going to be in. We'll actually get to the next Kurnoth Hunters. Whoops, sorry, buddy. We're in there, all right? We're in there. We're in there. Okay, we're in there! That was a 7-inch charge, so 6s do mortal wounds. 1 mortal wound. So still 3 of them left. That's actually kind of scary. My Beast Rider right here can't fit through there. He's too big. Frost Lord will declare charge into Dryka, and he needed 5, he got 7. So he'll come in here and then do his Thunderous charge against Dryka. So he rolled a 7-inch charge, so we're going to be getting 4s to wound. So 3 mortal wounds. Yikes. And then the Huskard on Thunder Tusk will also charge. Again, he makes a 10-inch charge. Oh, golly. This is going to hurt. Okay, so bam, so 10 dice now. Oof. Each 4 plus will be a mortal wound because he's a monster. Oh, she died. She doesn't ignore wounds or mortal wounds, does she?
Nope.
Oh, she's dead. She got trampled by the Thunder Tusks. Totally wasted his reroll hit and wound, which I'm not going to complain about because I just ran over Dryka. So now we go into the combat phase. Obviously, I'm not selecting either of those doofuses because they decided to trample their prey to death before I could stab them, which I guess is good. Thank you, guys.
Splinters.
Yeah, so we're going to come over here. Now, that's a hard choice because your Kurnoth Hunters are scary, period. And these guys have good reach, so I could try to... I want to take out one of those Kurnoth Hunters in the back. There's only the one here now. Let's face it, one of them can do a lot of damage, but I'm just going to rely on a bit of luck here and have the Mournfang pack right here go first. So a little bit of a fun pivot pile in, and I got both of them. All their attacks are going to go into these Kurnoth Hunters. Hopefully killing 2 of them. Well, 3 would be great, but really I'm just trying to reduce at least 1. Before we go any further, I had told off camera to Jared that I would assume that his Kurnoth Hunters were going to go into the whole rooting down thing to get the is it reroll once to save or reroll all saves?
All saves.
But I would only assume that if I've totally engaged all of them. So these ones have not been totally engaged, because the problem is if he roots down, he can only pile in 1 inch. So do you want to root them or not?
Yes.
Yeah, because probably if he dies, the 1 inch will be maybe enough. Do they have a 2 inch range?
They just have a 1 inch, but I could pile the front to the left and the other one forward to get.
So it's possibly, yeah, it's possible to get that way. Either way, I think you're going to want the rerolls. We'll start with the jagged, or the weapons they're holding. Yeah, they're Gargant hackers. They're meant for hacking Gargants, but I guess chopping down trees might work. They only hit on 4s. Well, that's 3 of them. 3s to wound. Okay. Well, these 4s to hit and 3s to wound weapons are performing quite well, which is always surprising to me. So they're -1 rend, so you get a 5-up save. Does it say reroll fail or just reroll saves? It does just say reroll save rolls, which means you just 5-up rerolling. Because if it just said reroll failed, you wouldn't be able to reroll 4s, which is weird, and I'm glad they got rid of that. So you made 1 already, reroll those 2. Nope, so that's 6 damage in total from that. So that kills 1 and brings the next one down to 1 wound. Then we got the tusks from the actual mounts. Now, because they charge, they get an extra damage. They're still hitting on only 4s, though. So that's more what I expect from 4s to hit. 3s to wound. 1. You get a 5-up save against this. Which you fail, but reroll, because you are rooted in, buddy. Nope, so 2 more damage. So kills the next one, wounds the last one. So you get to pick next. So you're choosing the Kurnoth Hunter with the scythe, because that makes sense. Who's he attacking?
He's going to attack the Husker.
So try to bring it down a bit more. Well, you got a good chance to bring him down. You're hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s because there's a wizard nearby. Hitting on 2s because you're the hunt master. So let's do that. 2s to hit. Re-roll that 1. We don't want to see any 1s here. There we are. 3s to wound. This is the scary part for you. Oh, they all got through, so that's nice. So it's -2 rend.
-2.
So I only have a 6-up save against this, of which I make none. After which you do D3 damage apiece. I've got 7 wounds left, remember. That's 3, 6, 8. That's good enough. Then I ignore these 8 wounds on a 5+. If I make at least 2 of these, I'm still alive, although, let's face it, pretty hurt at that point. I make none of them. You got them! You got them! I actually forgot when they attacked it on 6s, they do mortal wounds. I don't know if that came up. But, I don't know if it would have done 4 more wounds. So not a big deal. Well, I will choose this Mournfang pack to go next and get them both in there. Albeit a little clunky with the terrain. So they got their prey hackers and calling clubs. They hit on 3s. 6s will do mortal wounds. So there's 1 mortal wound, but 3 misses. 3s to wound. 1 wound. You get you're in cover there, so 3-up save.
There's no rend.
No rend. 2 damage though. You're good. So he's down to 3 wounds, but I got the mounts now, who are 2 damage each because they charged. Hitting on 4s, but 6s do mortal wounds in addition. So we got 2 mortal wounds, bringing him down to 1 wound left. Just got to get 1 of these eking through to finish him off. 3s to wound. Oh, not horrible. Not great either. These are -1s. So you get a 4-up save re-rolling. Ooh, 2 failed. You got to make both of them. Oh, so close. He's dead. It was a valiant effort, though. And he got to kill the guy by himself, right? Your Kurnoth Hunter is within 2 inches, which means he can do his 1-inch pile-in. You can only pile in 1 inch right now because he's rooted and fight back against the Mournfang. So he hits on 2s, re-rolling 1s. Oh, they all hit. Wounding on 3s, but 6s do mortal wounds in addition. Ooh, just 2 of them and no 6s. -1 rend, 2 damage, so I get a 5-up. Nope, no, I charge, so I don't get cover. 5-up save. So that's 4 damage. So that brings one of them down to 2 wounds. I don't want it to be on the leader. Actually, it doesn't matter. The leader has nothing special, but he's down to 2. Now, we forgot at the end of the charge phase that everything within 1 inch of the trees on a 6 takes D3 mortal wounds. So let's start with the Mournfang pack right there. Yes, you might actually finish off that guy then. You don't. Nope. He's down to 1 wound. Mournfang pack in the back. No. And the Huskard on Thunder Tusk right here. No. Nope. Battle Shock. Kurnoth Hunter right here lost 2 of his buddies. He's Bravery 7, which means on a 6 he would run. So what are you going to do? You going to roll or are you going to spend a command point?
Spending a command point.
You're desperate for him to stick around.
My history is really bad with them.
Okay, so he is not running, but it does cost you command point. I do grab the objective, making it worth 1 point, so I'm winning it by a whole 2-0. Woot! It's pretty awesome. Hero phase.
We're going to first cast Verdurous Harmony, or Blessing, to bring in more trees.
And your Tree Lord rolls 6 or 3 dice, takes the best 2. You need 6. And you got 10. Or 7. Your pick. And you put one in the back right here. Now he successfully casts a spell, and his Warlord trait or command trait is that when he does that, he can pick somebody within 18 inches and heal D3 wounds. You don't have to roll, he's at 4 or at 5. Boom! Back to full health. Yeah, and then he might actually awaken the trees because he casts a spell within 6 on a 5+. Yes. So anything that's not Sylvaneth takes, what is it, D3 mortal wounds? So Mournfang Pack, this is going to kill one. So 3, and the Mournfang Pack in the back. 2. Well, that's pretty effective. So kills the one injured one. It takes 2 wounds off the next one, bringing him down to 4. Bring him down to 4.
Yeah.
And what's next with your Branch Wraith? Which? Wraith?
Wraith is going to use her Vesperal Gem to automatically cast the Verdurous Harmony to bring back a Kurnoth Hunter to this unit.
So if that's an artifact that she has, once per game she can automatically cast a spell if it's from the lore of...
Right, and it cannot be unbound. Afterwards, I roll a dice. On a 1, she takes D3 mortal wounds.
We should just roll that right now, because it won't matter. No, she's fine. I really wish I had killed that last Kurnoth Hunter. That's a big difference. That's a lot more hitting power. Then your other Branch Wraith, which has Throne of Vines, giving it +2 casting. What is it going to cast?
Rouse to Wrath to summon more Dryads.
So normally needs a 7, so now it needs a 5. Gets a 12. So you pick one of the trees within 12 and summon Dryads inside of it more than 9 inches from enemies. We forgot to check when you cast a spell over here that those trees were roused on a 5+. They are? No, thankfully. And you summon 10 Dryads here. It doesn't matter if these trees get roused because there's no non-Sylvaneth models within it. And finally,
we're going to heed the Spirit Song from the Tree Lord Ancient, and everybody within 12 inches of Kurnoth Hunter, or 18 of him, will reroll 1s to save.
Oh, only 12 inches of him.
Or 12 inches of him.
Movement on this side. Now you got the same problem that I do.
Yep.
Getting blocked by a bit of that scenery. Not that the Kurnoth Hunters care.
As long as they can see their target.
Keep shooting it. Yeah, you can't squeeze through these trees either, which is really weird that trees are blocking him, because he is a frickin' tree. And the Branch Wraith will just reposition as well. Dryads on this side will move up, getting just outside of 3 inches of the Huskard on the Thunder Tusk. And at the end of the movement phase, all of a sudden a bunch of woods appear to come alive as 20 Dryads go through the spirit paths and appear here. Shooting phase, you're going to try to take down my other Stonehorn, are you?
Yep.
Starting with the Kurnoth Hunters, firing their bows, hitting on 4s and 3s with the white dice.
Rerolling 1s.
Rerolling 1s. Ooh, 5 hits, yikes. 3s to wound. Oh, only 1 miss. Yikes. 5 up saves, and then D3 damage apiece?
D3.
Okay, well I made 2 of those. D3 damage, so that's 4. Which I then ignore on 5s. Oh, not liking that. That brings it down to 9 out of 13. And you're gonna try to
Shoot
tag
him
him.
with the Tree Lord Ancient.
2s to hit. 3s to wound.
Yeah.
5 up save. Ooh, no rerolls. D6 damage. Oh, just 1, which I ignore on a 5. I don't ignore it at least.
The time it doesn't.
Yeah, I know. Normally the 2s and 3s never get through. I just went from 7 to 8. Hold on, you had taken 4 already?
Took 4 and 1 more.
Oh yeah, went down from 9 to 8. We're good.
9 to 8.
I thought I went up from 7. We're good. So now we got some important things to happen. If these Dryads can make a 9-inch charge, then with their pile-in, they can take the objective, get 3 points, and then I'm actually in trouble. And then if you can do some damage over here, now unfortunately your Tree Lord Ancient's kind of out of here, but those 2 should be able to finish off the Mournfang pack. Single. I don't know, they still call it a Mournfang pack.
It's a pack.
Yeah, it's a pack of 1. So you gotta make a 9-inch charge, you have no help, you have no heroes to help you reroll, it's just a 9-inch charge. No, not even close.
Yep.
Dryads right here only need a 3-inch charge to charge the Huskard, and they make a 7-inch charge. Now, at the end of the charge phase, any non-Sylvaneth within an inch of the trees on a 6 will take D3 mortal wounds, so Huskard here, nope. Injured Mournfang pack, no, and then the other Mournfang pack, which is slightly injured, no. Now, he's got an ability on his mount trait. When he does not charge, any units at the beginning of the combat phase within 3 inches have to fight last. So they cannot be selected to fight until everybody else is done. But you'd probably want to fight with the Kurnoth Hunters first. Actually, I don't know. Would you have chosen them to fight first if you had a choice? Or would you do the Kurnoth Hunter?
Well, because they can thicket.
Yeah, well, they're going to thicket anyways, right?
Right.
Beginning of the charge phase, you'd have done that.
I would fight there if I could.
Yeah, because these two, it's not likely I'll even kill one. I could, but not likely. Because they're 4-up re-rolling, so they're pretty good. So they're going to fight first.
Yep.
So they hit on 3s, the white one's on 2s, re-rolling 1s. Ooh, lots of 1s. The only 1 miss so far. So actually, you're good. You got 6 hits. You should take them down, right? 3s to wound. We got 4 wounds. I do have cover now because I'm in there and I did not charge. So that negates your -1 rend and brings us back to a 4-up. These are 2 damage apiece.
Yes.
So only 2 of these have to get through. So 4-up saves. Exactly enough. He's gone. We're doing some measuring, and because of the trees and stuff, it's really hard to see if the next Mournfang pack is within 3 inches. It is pretty darn close. So we're just going to roll it. 4+, they're in. They're in. They can go next because I don't have to worry about the Dryads until the very end. So they're both in. Once again, the terrain is making this difficult. But it's such cool looking terrain, and it's a heck of a lot better than that old one. So we'll start with their weapons on top first. These are 3s to hit. 3s to wound. Oh wait, were there any of those 6s? There was 1 6, so that's 1 mortal wound in addition. So 3s to wound. So we got 2 wounds. 4-up saves, re-rolling. Reroll, otherwise it's 2 damage. You're good.
Yeah.
8 attacks then from the actual mounts, hitting on 4. 6s do mortal wounds. So we got 2 mortal wounds, and these are, oh, that's a bad roll otherwise. So that brings the guy down to 2 wounds. It would be nice to finish him off, but these are only 1 damage apiece now. They didn't charge. 3s to wound. Oh, they all get through. They are, I think they're -1. So this could do it. You got a 5-up re-rolling though, so I think the odds are in your favor. Well, not anymore. The odds are now in my favor. But you can just do that. Which sucks, because if you get the double turn, you just like heal, 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 bring a guy back, and you'll have a full squad of Kurnoth Hunters. Part of me kind of wishes that they weren't within 3 inches, because there's not much point in doing that, because you can heal them. But it's fine. Now before your Dryads can go, my Huskard on his Thunder Tusk gets to go. So this guy is actually pretty crappy in close combat, and now that I've seen him actually, now I'm looking at his stats, I realize it. Punches and kicks, normally 3s to hit, but a 4s because your guys are close to the trees. Yeah, look at that. Actually, that was pretty crappy regardless of what it was. That could have been a 2 to hit. And then 4s to wound. Nothing from that. Then we got the Colossal Tusks. These are 4 attacks. They'll be 3s and 2s -1 D3. So they could get some work done if I could roll 3 to hit, which this is what I expect. It's hard to get them through. 2s to wound. Well, they both get through. They're -1 rend. You've got, is there still 10? I only see 9. Where'd the 10th one go? He was hiding. He's here now. So there's 10 of them, so you do get your +1 save. So you're at a 4-up normally, so that's down to a 5-up. And you make 1 of them, which means I kill D3 of your guys. Okay, well, that's nothing. That's not nothing. And now they finally get to hit. Now, unfortunately, Thunder Tusks are so cold that you get -1 to hit them. But you do enrapture him, which gives you +1 hit, so they negate each other. 15 attacks back. Hit on 4s. Nice hit. 4s to wound. That was a very good hit roll. Can you follow it up with a... Nope. 4 wounds. 4-up save. No rend from your weapons. Well, I take 2 wounds. Brings him down to 11 out of 13 of his wounds. There's no battle shock to be worried about. So that is the end of your turn. You didn't...
End of the combat phase and stop.
Oh, right. We'll remember that this time. So you basically have to roll 2 dice because you have 2 guys. Each 4+ does a mortal wound. 1 mortal wound. So the guy in the back goes down to 3. Battle shock on the Dryads. There are 3 of them lost with a leadership or bravery of 6. So you're fine because you got exactly what you needed.
Woohoo.
And you did not take the objectives. So you didn't get any points. At the end of battle round 2, the score is 2-0 for Beastclaw Raiders. Let's see where it goes. Funny enough, I wanted to go back to the middle now, where all my guys are. And you would love it to scoot over here next to your 20 Dryads. So we're going to say 1, 2, 3. It'll continue this way. 4, 5, 6, back to the middle. Roll right here. Oh, you're getting it towards you. If you pull off a double turn right here, then I might be in trouble. So we're going to do our random turn roll off. I win ties. 6, you can't beat me. No double turn yet. Beastclaw Raiders turn 3. a hero phase anymore because my priest is dead. So let's just go to movement. But actually, I do, because I got my Blizzard. So essentially, one of the allegiance abilities for the Ogor Mawtribes is if you are a Beastclaw Raiders, at the start of each of your hero phases, you roll a die for every enemy unit that's within 3 inches of one or more of your units. If you roll equal to or less than the current round number, in our case 3, then they take D3 mortal wounds. That would be really nice. It would help finish off a Kurnoth Hunter, because otherwise you're just going to heal them back up and bring out another one. So it'll be 3 or less on the Kurnoth Hunters. 1, good. So I'm going to kill at least 1. And I do 2 mortal wounds. So that finishes off the one that's hurt and takes a wound on the next one. Dryads right here. No, does not happen. It would have to be round 6 or less. My movement phase, the Stonehorn is going to go. He's got lots of movement to do this. I'm just going to... He's got a die balancing on him. So he's essentially going to come up over here. I want to come on this side and then use the Frost Sabers on the other side to keep you from surrounding me too much. Frost Sabers will come back.
No.
They're not that strong, but like I said, that's what their job is right now. This Mornfang pack is actually going to retreat and run. So 4. We're going to do that to come back and guard this objective the best we can. And then these guys are going to move up. They're 12 inches away exactly. So I'll be able to fire a pistol and go for a long bomb charge. My Frostlord is not going to run back. He's just going to move over here, looking over at these guys. Frost Sabers way over on the wrong side are just going to run 5. Which brings them back to here. They don't really serve much purpose now. Shooting phase. I'm going to start off by firing a pistol, just in case when I do some mortal wounds and stuff from anything else, you take away the one guy that happens to be within 12 inches. And yes, I'm going to fire at them. I know that means if he's, now that I said this out loud, he's definitely not going to not do it. Remove the guy that lets the 12-inch charge become impossible. But let's face it, the 12-inch charge wasn't going to happen. But this is a 4 to hit, 3 to wound, -1 D3 damage.
5 to hit.
So...
Because they're within 6 of the woods holding then.
Is it anything even ranged?
Yep.
Well, then it's definitely not going to hit. 1. See? I rolled a 1. Then we'll send the bird after them on a 2+ doing a mortal wound. Yeah, mortal wound. So which one are you going to kill? The one that is exactly 12 inches away from those guys. Then we'll do the harpoon launcher. It'll hit on a 5 because of the -1 to hit. But we rolled a 1 anyways. And then we're going to do the frost attack against the Dryad. So 12 dice, each 6 is a mortal wound. Yeah, 1 mortal wound. Hey, everyone's going to matter. Would have been nice to do 2 though.
Now they're in cover.
And then he'll do the same thing against the Kurnoth Hunter. Except we're going to roll 4 6s and just straight up kill it. Whoa, so close! 3 of them. Come on, get him down to 1 doesn't matter. Because you can just heal him D6 and D3 and it'll be fine. And then you'll just bring 1 back. Then we're going to go to the charge phase. We're going to charge these Dryads. And we got a 9-inch charge. Boy. Mortal wounds. Here we come. So 9 dice on the thunderous charge. Each 4+ will be a mortal wound because I'm a monster. Well, that's lame. Only 3. That was really lame. The Frost Sabers will charge in. Their real job is just to keep you from piling in too much to my guy. They make a 9-inch charge. Now, they're not Oryx or Rhinoxes, and so they do not do any mortal wounds on the charge. But we're going to get them both within 6 inches of the objective because they count as 1 model each. My Frostlord is going to try to charge the Kurnoth Hunter. Now, he's either got to go up over the rocks or around. We calculated them both, and that's a 9-inch charge. Can we make it? Oh, so close. I'm going to use a command point to re-roll that because I actually have a lot of command points. Been finding myself not really needing them. Oh, 11. Oh, boy. So he's only got 1 wound left. Oh, goodness. Trees. Ah, Frostlord! And he's in. Now I roll 12 dice. Each 4+ does a mortal wound. Now, the chances of not making at least 1 4 up is really low, okay? Because it's like 1/2 to the power of 12, okay? That's a ridiculously low percentage. There, see, I'm in 4. Wouldn't have been enough to kill him if he was at full health, but he's not at full health, so he's dead. End of the charge phase. See if the trees hurt me on a 6. No. On a 6. No. On a 6. No.
Opposite.
Beginning of the combat phase, you are within 3 inches of him with his artifact, which means those Dryads will fight last. Which means we can start over here with the Stonehorn Beast Raiders. Start with the punches and kicks from the guy on top. It's -1 to hit because you're near the trees. So 5s to hit. Oh, and that's, he's part of that battalion, so that's 3 mortal wounds. You can go ahead and just remove those right now if you like. That was not supposed to be the effective part of the attack. 4 is to wound. Ah, see? 1 wound. No rend, 4 up save. Okay, you're good. Just mortal wounds. Now the rock hard horns. Now you've hurt me, so I've lost 2 of their 6 attacks. They normally hit on 4s, but 5s because of your... You all look the same to me. I'm apparently tree racist. So 5s to hit. Oh goodness. 2 mortal wounds in addition to what I'm about to do. And these are 3 damage each if they get through. But apparently I just do the mortal wounds. 3s to wound. Okay, 2 of them get through. -2 rend, so you're up to a 6 up save. So that's 3 damage apiece. That's 6 more die. Now I want to point out, even though we're removing these right now, he still keeps his 4 up save because technically he shouldn't be removing it until we're totally done. Not shouldn't is not the right word. Doesn't need to. So 6 more. And then we still have a little bit more. Then they get D6 crushing hoof attacks. 2 of them. Normally would hit on 3s, but 4s because of the trees. 1 hits. Because I'm hurt, they'll only wound on 3s instead of 2s. -1 rend, so you get a 5 up. You're good. Otherwise, that would have been D3 more. Well, they can fight the Frost Sabers before the Frost Sabers fight back. You're gonna kill my little kitty cats. 4s to hit. 4s to wound. Oh, well, you might kill one of them. They're only a 6 up save. Yep, you killed one. Only 5 bravery, so the other one might run, but fair trade, fair trade. Usgard on Stonehorn will go against the remaining 6 Dryads. Sorry, he's on Thunder Tusk. So we'll just do his punches and kicks first. So 4s to hit because of the -1. 4s to wound. Now you do have cover, so you get a 4 up save because of cover. Yeah, you're good there. Then it's Colossal Tusks. I have not been hurt enough yet for it to matter, but we're still only hitting on 4s. Ooh, he's not doing mortal wounds on 6s. Yeah, I just realized I do have a priest. I thought you had killed my priest one, but you had killed the leader of my War Scroll Battalion one. Oh well, I'll remember that for next time. Yes. 2s to wound with his Colossal Tusks. So 3 of them. So -1 save, so 5 up because of your cover. So you get 2 of them through. They're D3 damage apiece, and we killed the 6 of them. Yeah, I would have said a couple prayers, but I don't think it matters. Maybe I would have healed myself, but in the end, I think I'm doing just fine. Battle Shock phase. You've lost 15 of your Dryads, Bravery 6. You have nobody nearby to give Inspiring Presence, so they disappear. My Frost Saber might actually run. He's Bravery 5, and he lost his pal. That's really sad. Lost his pal. Oh, he doesn't run. He didn't care. So I got the objective. Score is 3-0 now for Beastclaw Raiders as we go into Sylvaneth turn 3. So it's looking pretty grim for the Sylvaneth, but you're brewing a plan in your mind. If enough things go right, including some random things, yeah, you want this to move back to the center, which it can. It has a 50-50 chance of going either back to here or back to the center. Yep. And you're doing some teleportation stuff to get around. So let's just play out your turn and see what happens, as it is looking pretty bad for Sylvaneth.
Start the True Lord Ancient's going to cast his Awaken the Woods.
Which he needs what for?
He needs a...
He's a 6. And he gets 9. So which one is he awakening? This one or that one? Basically all enemy units within 3 inches take D3 mortal wounds.
He's going to awaken the far one. It's wholly within 30.
Okay, so it'll be 3 units taking D3 mortal wounds each. Frost Saber dies. Hold on. Stonehorn. 3 mortal wounds. Ignore those in 5s. Ignore one of them, but I still take 2 wounds. That hurts. And the Mournfang pack over there, 2. Not enough to kill him, but pretty good. Then because he casts a spell on a 5+, he'll awaken those woods. No.
The Branch Wraith is going to try and summon in the Glade Worm.
You need a 7 to cast that. Ooh, double 1.
Summon more Dryads.
Now she gets +2 from Throne of Vines.
Yep.
And that's a 10, so you make it. She's not close enough to rouse these woods and hurt him. I'll have to come over to these woods with the other Dryads that were summoned by her. She's just awakening all the woods. Want to use his command ability for reroll 1s to save?
Yep.
Start of the movement phase, a Tree Lord Ancient disappears into the trees. Or maybe he was a tree all along. Travels the spirit paths, has to be placed wholly within 6 inches of another group of trees, and more than 9 inches from me, which he does fit right in the middle there. Kurnoth Hunters will then skitter back a little bit. Dryads that were not summoned, because the summoned ones can't move, will run 5 inches. They're going to go to their Tree Lord Ancient. Shooting phase! Where are these guys going?
Into the wounded Thunder Tusk over there.
Hitting on 4s, white ones hit on 3s. No re-rolls though. Oh, that's a pretty good roll. 3s to wound. Oh, we got 3 of them. -1 Ren, so I get a 5-up save. I make 1 of them. They do D3 damage each. Oh, 4 average. Thunder Tusks do not ignore that, so I'm down to 7. It's gonna hurt some. Tree Lord Ancient can't see them though because of the trees. Trees can't see through trees, didn't you know that's science? Yep. So he's gonna fire at either the Mournfang pack or this Thunder Tusk because he's not more than an inch inside of it. What does he want to shoot at? The Mournfang pack?
Yep.
They seem like a bigger threat right now for holding objectives. Hitting on a 2. Wounding on a 3. -1, so they got a 5-up save. They fail it. D6 damage, so 3 damage. Well, it hurts one of them. And then you want to go for a 10-inch charge against the Mournfang. And you roll a 5. You've got 1 command point left. Would you like to use it for a reroll there?
Yes.
Yes. It's all or nothing, right? Nope. Nothing. Apparently nothing. So that is the end of battle round 3. You are hoping that we're going to roll so that this travels back to the middle. Then you are hoping to win the roll-off to decide who goes first. And I'm not going to ask you who you want to go first, because if I win the roll-off, well, I'm going to tell you right now, if I win the roll-off, I'm going to go. So I will stick to that. So who do you want to go first if you win the roll-off?
I want to go.
So just to explain to the audience what's going on here, the score is 3-0. There's only 2 rounds left maximum. And I'm winning 3-0, which means he needs to go second at least one of those 2 rounds. So you're hoping to go first in round 4, so you can kill a bunch of my guys, get a point, and then in round 5, you hope to win the roll-off, so I don't make you go first and automatically win the game.
Yes.
It's a precarious situation, but one that you're willing to try out.
Yes.
Let's see if you get lucky. So step 1 of what sounds like 3, 4 maybe, to try to get lucky is we're gonna roll this in the middle. Not yet, not yet. We're gonna declare it. See where the relocation orb goes. So I'm gonna let you choose. Is the 4+ go to the middle, or does the 4+ go right here?
We've kept the same pattern. 4+ would be taking a step back, so the 1, 2, 3 would be the center of the board.
Okay, 1, 2, or 3 goes to the center. It goes to the center.
Step 1 complete.
Booyah! Step number 2, win this roll-off. Now, if you lose this roll-off, you're not necessarily out of the game.
Nope.
Because I need to come in and basically kill you so you can't take the objective. Otherwise, I'm giving you the chance to get 3 points.
Right.
So, win this roll-off. Oh, you didn't, because I win ties. All right, so it's not the end of the game yet.
Nope.
We'll see how much damage I can do as we go into Beastclaw Raiders turn 4. Hero phase, I'm gonna remember I have a priest on a 4+. He's gonna try to heal himself. No. Then he's gonna try to bring in the storm, which is on a 3+ because of my Mawtribe. Yes. I'll drop it right here to hit the Dryads and the Tree Lord. D3, on 3+, it'll do D3 mortal wounds, so we'll start with the Dryads. Yes, it'll kill 3 of them. And then the tree, no. Apparently the storm doesn't hurt the tree as much. He just kind of roots in a bit, doesn't really care about the cold. Movement, moving 11 inches with this Frost Lord. Coming back to the middle. I just realized I could just stand there and win the game now. Because I outnumber you. Because I count as... Oh wait.
It's tied.
I don't outnumber you yet.
I might outnumber you by 1 or 2 with the Dryads at the corner.
Maybe. Because you have an artifact. And you're a wizard.
Wizard.
And so do I. So we're both 20 models. Either way, I don't want to win that way. That's lame. We're coming for you. And he's gonna run! Like, I don't even know, I'm not even looking up how fast he moves. He's just gonna move to here, it doesn't really matter. And my Frost Sabers will come up, and they're gonna nip at your heels, maybe. I am a little slower on this guy. I could spend a command point to treat him as not being injured for the phase, because that's my Mawtribe's ability. Haven't needed that yet. You ready?
Maybe.
I don't know, man. Well, we're going to throw some ice at you. I think I'm gonna use it on the Dryads. Start with him. He's going to have less of them though. So 8 of them from the Huskard. 6s will do mortal wounds. We did 1 so far, and we'll do it from the Frostlord as well, and do 2 more, so 3 total. So 3 Dryads disappear from that, and then we'll go caca and send the bird. 2+. Yep, kills another one. Then I'll shoot a pistol at them. 4s to hit. Goodness, 3s to wound. Oh, sorry, it was 5s to hit because, you know, they're close to trees. Doesn't matter. Didn't hit you. Wound you anyways. And now for the pulverizing charges. Let's start with the Frostlord on his Thunder Tusk. He will charge 7. I'm tempted to re-roll that, but I will not. So he'll just charge in here, making sure I leave room for my Huskard. Each 4+ will be a mortal wound. 1 mortal wound. Charge the Huskard. He will charge 9. That's more like it. Out of my way, trees. Whatever. Yeah. Into the Tree Lord Ancient. Every 4+ will be a mortal wound. Still only 2. Wow. I guess they ran out of charges. And then the Mournfang pack will charge 9. Come on, guys. This isn't even funny anymore. We'll put you there and there. Now they only mortal wound on 6s. Whoa! Frick! Holy cow! Okay, I think we see where this is going. He's down to 4 wounds left. These guys need a 10 or an 11-inch charge. So, you know what? I got lots of command points. I'm re-rolling it. No. Hey, kitty cats, you want to go in? Yes, they say. Yes, we do. Because they want to feel important. Oh, the second one can't even get there. They don't do mortal wounds on the charge. So now you can stomp and say, no, we will not. And you can choose a unit. You choose, yeah, on a 4-up, you choose a unit within 3, and they fight last. Can you do it? Yeah. So Frostlord has to fight last. I should point out that his ability, that 3-inch thing that you have to fight last, is only when he does not charge. So it's not going to activate right now. Otherwise, it wouldn't have mattered because I do all my stuff and then I get to do him. So I am actually going to start with my Huskard on the Thunder Tusk then. And I will spend a command point so he operates at full health. And we'll try to kill your Tree Lord with his 4 wounds left. No, I take that back. I'm not going to spend the command point to fight at full strength. I'm going to save that. I have only 1 command point left, so I want to save it for the Frostlord, who you're probably going to try to pulverize. So I'm going to punch and kick ya. Do I have any minuses to hit?
Nope.
Tree Lord Ancient, hitting him on 3s. Well, didn't matter. Only got 1 anyways. 4s to wound. That's a wound. No Ren though. 3-up save, re-rolling 1s because of your... You're fine. Because of your command ability. Now my Tusks, same number of attacks, but now they don't wound you as much because I'm hurt. 3s to hit. So it's 3s to wound instead of 2s. Let's see if that made a big difference. Not spending that command point. It did. It went from nothing to nothing. Your turn. So what is your master plan? So at this point, you realize there's not really any way for you to win. I've got too many guys around the objective, which means I'll get to 4 points, which means, well, I can't say that is impossible because if somehow you pull back and get 3 points in your turn, and the next turn, but I think we all know what's about to happen. So Jared's decided that the best way for a moral victory is to try to kill this 2 Mournfang pack. First attack is what?
Sweeping blows, 3s and 3s.
3s to hit. 3s to wound. Rend.
-1.
5 up. Sorry, man. Sorry. And then his 1 Impaling Talon attack. Hits.
D6 mortal wounds.
Ooh, D6 mortal wounds. No, you can't kill them both. They got 7 wounds left. 5 though. Nice.
Almost.
That kills the 1, brings the other down to 2 wounds. And let's see if I can. Now, I say that I'm going to win, but that's assuming I kill your Tree Lord Ancient. So a Mournfang pack into him. Start with his main weapons. I didn't roll a 6 to save, did I? Because he actually does mortal wounds back to you. I roll a 6 to save. I didn't.
You rolled a 5.
Main weapons hitting on 3s. Wow, we're tired out. 3s to wound. That's a wound. No Ren, 2 damage. 3-up save. Reroll 1s. There we are. The mount, that does more damage because it charged. 4s to hit. 3s to wound. Well, it's 2. -1 Ren, so you get a 4-up save. Rerolling 1s. You've passed both of them. The Dryads are going to try to kill the Frost Sabers. Now they're all in. And 4s to hit. Come on, kill 1 cat. 4s to wound. Well, no. 6-up save. Okay, 1 wound. Technically, I have to attack at the Frost Sabers now. Oh, they'll go on the Tree Lord. They're going to bite ya. Nip at your heels. 4s to hit. 1. 3s to wound. Booyah. -1, so 4-up save. All right. Now my Frostlord is going to do it. I'm going to poke you with my spear. 3s to hit. 3s to wound. Okay, you're in trouble. These are 3 damage apiece, -1 rend, so you get 4 up save, re-rolling 1s. Oh, oh. Oh, he's got 1 wound left. The Frost Lord is furious that all these attacks are not taking down this tree, so he will get up and start punching and kicking you. So the spear is currently stuck into the Tree Lord, so he runs down his Thunder Tusk. I'm not gonna let my Thunder Tusk kill you. It's gotta be him. 4 attacks, 3s to hit, 3s to wound. And by the way, I have not been forgetting that 6 is 2 mortal wounds. He's not part of that battalion. 3 up save! Ah, okay. The Thunder Tusk, you get 4 attacks, 3s to hit. Come on, dude! Why did I use my reroll hits and wounds when I didn't need them? 2s to wound? Okay, -1 rend, so 4 up save, rerolling 1s. Oh, okay, hold on. Oh, reroll the 1, you had to drag it out. This roll, it's alive!
Huzzah! No.
Okay, well, that was all the fighting. That was ridiculous amounts of mortal wounds and a ridiculously low amount of everything else. Now, your Dryads lost 7 of them.
Yep.
You have no command points for Inspiring Presence.
So
and their Bravery 6, is that correct?
6.
So they're going to lose D6 plus 1 more. They've got 3 guys left, and they all run. So that objective is mine. I technically have 44 models on it. Each of these I have an artifact and count as 20. He counts as 2, and they each count as 1. So 44. You have an artifact, so you count as 20, with 1 wound left. So the big question is, can you heal enough to do some damage back? Let's find out in your turn. Actually forgot, Battle Shock for this one Mournfang pack. He's Bravery 6, lost his buddy. On a 6, he'll run, and he does! So sorry, there was only 42 guys there. Hero Phase for Sylvaneth. What are you gonna do?
Regrowth.
So you need what to cast this?
It's
You know what, just roll the 3 dice. If you roll mediocre, 5? Is 5 enough?
It is.
Oh goodness, it was a 5, right?
Yep.
All right, so he heals D6 plus D3. So D6 first, 3, D3, 2. So he heals 5 and goes back up to 6. Try to do the Glade Worm, endless spell. You need,
Nope.
you needed 7, and she gets plus 2. And
Only 5.
gonna try to bring in more Dryads. Yep, that definitely does it. And the Dryads appear. So you saw how good the rerolling 1s to save us. Do you want to do that again?
Yep.
Yeah.
Gonna survive.
Keep them alive. Moving phase. Hunters are moving over. Getting ready to try to help out that Tree Lord Ancient in the middle there.
Point.
So,
Farthest guy.
Dryads coming on in too. So, you know, not all is lost. I thought for sure. Now, if you had lost the Tree Lord Ancient, for sure all was lost. But you come in, and if you can deal enough damage with your shooting, like if you get super lucky, you can kill that Huskguard with your shooting, and then you can make my Frost Lord fight last. Charge on in. You've got 6 wounds on you now, re-rolling those 1s. We saw how crap my rolls went. I need the charge to do the mortal wounds, but this is interesting. If you get that 3 points, then the score will be 4-3, and you'll have to go second. So you have to win the roll off just so you could choose to go second in the last turn. It'll be interesting. And you want the orb to go somewhere useful to you, which would be that way, not back this way. Shooting phase, Kurnoth Hunters are going to try to kill that stone, or that, yeah, stone, no, Thunder Tusk. Huskguard and Thunder Tusk. Hitting on 4s, oh no.
Rerolling 1s.
Yeah, there is a wizard right there. So nothing's hit yet. No, those 4s hit, so yeah, that's 2. It. 2 hits. 3s to wound. Oh, only 1 gets in. -1 rend, so I get a 5-up save, which I fail. You do D3 damage, which I do not ignore at all. So it does 2 damage. Oh, it brings it down to 5. You want to try to finish it off with your Tree Lord's attack? Yeah. Because of how hurt he is, he only hits on 4s now. Still re-rolling 1s though. Didn't matter. 3s to wound. -1, so 5 up. And then does D6 damage. I got 5 wounds left.
Oh. Ah, got him.
Wow. Yep. Charge phase! Dryads are going to charge in. That was the guy that made everybody fight last too. Just FYI there. So this actually is a pretty big deal. Go ahead, charge. Oh, those dice are pretty. That's 11-inch charge. You made it. That allows him to get all the way to the Frost Lord. Dryads all the way in. Other Dryads will try to charge. 10. So they can make it to the Stonehorn.
And they're a free summon, so they don't count.
Yeah. Yeah, just so everybody knows, when you summon in units, so basically if we tie in points, you look at who killed more points. and you don't count summoned units. I do not know why they do not count, why the designers thought that they needed to not be counted, because it's such a big bonus to be able to bring in new stuff, and yet they don't get to be counted as, seems kind of interesting. I wonder what their thought process was for that. Then he can stomp on a 4+, make my Frostlord fight last.
Yes.
Okay. So you can have your Dryads go into that Stonehorn first. You can Enrapture it to get the +1 to hit, so 3s to hit. Reroll those 1s because there is a wizard wholly within, or you're wholly within 12 inches of wizard. Okay, some more. 4s to wound. Oh, that's definitely enough to kill him. But he's got to fail 4 up and then a 5 up. I've got 6 wounds left. So he's not dying. And then he ignores these on 5s. Definitely not dying. 2 wounds total.
So
it's
he's
down
not
to
moving
4.
very fast, which means he can't get to the objective as fast.
No.
If it goes the other way.
Well, my Frost Sabers get to go next. I'm tempted to pile in and try to kill the Dryads, but nah. So I'm just going to stay here. Nice. Well, you know, I'm going to wrap around this way. And then attack your Tree Lord. Hitting him on 4s. Boy. Not bad, actually. 3s to wound. Let's take off a wound or 2. Ooh, that's 4. These are -1, 1 damage. You get a 4-up save. Rerolling 1s. So you've already taken 2 wounds. Yeah, 2 wounds. Down to 4 wounds. And now basically all your guys get to go before my Frostlord does because you stomped him. So you can Enrapture him, but you have -1 to hit him as well because it's so darn cold. So you're back to hitting on 4s. Reroll 1s. That's a pretty good roll. Reroll those 1s. Definitely above average right there. 4s to wound. Can you continue with the trend? Absolutely. Ouch-a-roni. I got a 3-up save on him, though. And I fail 3 of them. Brings him down to 11 out of 14 wounds. Now your Tree Lord Ancient can try to hurt him. So, first with Sweeping Blow.
Sweeping Blows, 3s and 3s, so 4s and 3s.
So 4s to hit because of the -1. He misses because of that.
And
the Impaling Talon.
6.
Oh, that's the D6 mortal wounds. He did that 2 turns in a row.
4 mortal wounds.
Not fair.
Says the man that charged and did 30
I know. I know I could have technically hit back with him first. Let's start over here against the Dryads to see if I can chunk some of them out. Start the punches and kicks. 5s to hit because of the -1 because you're so close to those woods. That's 2 mortal wounds because I'm still part of that battalion. 4s to wound. 1 wound. You still get a 4-up save though because...
And I don't.
No, you don't reroll.
One.
Yeah, because you still counted as being 10, so you can remove 1 more. But you still count as being 10 for the rest of these attacks. Rock Hard Horns. I've only got 3 attacks now. Normally 4s, but 5s. So we got 1. 3s to wound. 6-up save. That's 3 damage. So that crushes through 3 more of them. Crushing Hooves. D6 attacks. Just 1, so I'm not killing all of them. And I hit, and I do a mortal wound. Okay, I guess I could now kill all of them. Because I'm hurt. It's 4s to wound. No. And you are wholly within 6 inches of your place of power, so no battle shock for you. Now my Frostlord will try to attack your Tree Lord Ancient and kill it. And look at that, it's at 4 wounds again. That's how many wounds that was last time I tried to kill it. I will spend my last command point to count as being at my highest bracket. It doesn't make a huge difference, but if I kill your Tree Lord Ancient, I win. Because you don't get the 3 points, and I win. It just comes down to that. So it's worth doing a little extra. I forgot I was going to use the command point to do all-out attack to reroll 1s to hit because of how bad I did last time. But we'll just do this. So here we go. We'll start with my Frost Spear. These are 3 damage each, baby. 3s to hit. Oh, come on. 3s to wound. All right. -1 save, so 4 up. Oh, freaking crap, man. This is hurting. And I'm punching and kicking you. 3s to hit. 3s to wound. No rend, so 3-up saves. Reroll the 1. Yeah. And then the tusks. 3s to hit. Come on, buddy. 3s to wound, or sorry, 2s to wound instead of 3s because I used the command point. Hey, I made a difference. But these are only -1, so you get a 4-up save. You made the 1. Reroll that 1. Trying to throw it so far. Okay, fine. Roll it again. Oh, it failed. D3 damage. I do 3, bringing you back down to 1. So now I wish I had attacked the Dryads and killed them because then I'd have more models there. So you actually got the objective.
Huzzah.
You did. So the score is now 4-3.
Yep.
I can't believe that. And if you get the double turn now, you can just freaking heal. If you don't get the double turn, I'm killing you, all right? I'm going to throw my frost at you and just finish it off with the mortal wound. Yeah, they're immune to battle shock, and there's no battle shock on my end. I can't believe this. This is actually close. What is up with that? So end of battle round, let's see where the relocation orb goes. So once again, I'll let you call it. Is it 1, 2, 3 this way or 1, 2, 3 that way?
1, 2, 3 that way.
This way. All right, roll it in the middle. You want a 4+. Oh, you got it. You bum. You got it. And so it moves over there. And now we roll off to see who goes next. You still haven't pulled off a double turn. Let's see what happens. So let's just recap here. The score is 4-3 at the end of battle round 4. We're going into battle round 5, and you actually have a decent chance at this point.
Yes, I do.
You kind of need a double turn for it, because if you get a double turn, then you can just kill my guys and grab 1 point for the objective, and you'll have killed more points than my guys because your summon guys didn't count.
But if I survive and you can't get onto it, I have a wizard within 6 that can just hop over, claim it, and get 3 at the bottom.
That's right. So if I win this roll off and let you go second, then I might be losing the game based on that. Let's just roll. Let's see who has a choice first. I win ties. I get to choose. Okay, I got to think about this. You know what? I lose.
Huzzah!
Because if I go first, I already measured it. I can't get to the objective, and I also can't kill this branch wraith, which means it just goes like this. It has to get within 3 inches, by the way. Boom, now counts as 20 models within 3. I'd have nothing there anyways. It could just move up to be within 6 inches. If I let you go first, you just retreat, form a line that is just outside of 6 inches of the objective.
With 2 wizards on it, counting as 4.
Doesn't matter. You could have 1 dryad on it, because if I can't get to it, then the score is 4-4. So I guess what I need to do is I need to calculate, because if you do that, then you've basically finished killing me, kind of. I've got to calculate how many points we've killed. So you haven't killed as many points as I thought. You've killed 1,030 points of me, and I've killed 1,300 points of you.
Right.
And so if I let you go first and all you do is fall back onto the objective, get your 1 point, but you don't kill enough points of me, then I win. So we're gonna have to, minor or major doesn't matter. So we're gonna play it out. I'm gonna let you go first. I have to. Obviously you're gonna regrowth yourself. You get it, so you get D6, 4 plus D3. So 2 more, look at that. Back up to 7. Can't believe how much I've whiffed killing him. She's gonna try to summon again. Just need to roll a 5 naturally. Yeah, there we go. The dryads are right there. She'll then auto-cast Virtuous Harmony to bring back D3 dryads. Yep. So 1, and then on a 1 she'll take D3 mortal wounds. She does not. And this is the summon squad, so I don't get any points for killing it. And you're gonna use the command ability reroll 1s to save again, because that's been keeping you alive! Kurnoth Hunters move up, and then we go right to the shooting phase. The Tree Lord Ancient firing. He is hurt, so he's only hit on 4s. But that hasn't stopped him from hitting every single round. You have hit every single round. 3s to wound. Oh, okay. Well, can't complain when you don't wound. Kurnoth Hunters are going to try to finish him off. Hitting on 4s, 3s for the white ones. We rolled a 1. We got 4 hits. 4 hits. 3s to wound. Got 3 wounds. These are all -1, so I got a 4-up save. Otherwise, they're D3 damage apiece.
4s or 5s?
He's a 3-up save.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Frostlight.
So 1 gets through, does D3 damage. Oh, 3 now. He's down to 4. So what are you gonna do now? No, there's no charging. So I guess you try to stomp him in the... You know what, hold on. I don't have any command points, so there's no decisions to be made here. So on a 4+ you stomp him, and he goes last. No, finally. So you only get 1 chance to kill him before he gets to swing back. Or you can go over here first against the Stonehorn. What you gonna do?
I'm gonna sweep at him with the...
The Dryads or the Tree Lord?
Tree Lord.
Okay. So starting with his sweeping attacks, he's hitting on 4s, his -1 to hit me. Reroll 1s because he's within 12 inches of a wizard. Oh. Then the 1 attack with your massive Apillion. You didn't roll a 6. Oh wait, you get to reroll 1s.
Oh, it's 3.
It's a 3, so that's a miss. You needed a 4. So I'm gonna try to kill your Tree Lord Ancient again, even though it's at 7 wounds now. Start with my big old spear, hitting on 3s. Okay, that's better. 3s to wound. Come on. All right, -1. 4 up saves. These are 3 damage apiece. Oh, we already did 3 damage. Reroll that 1. 6 damage. He's down to 1, which doesn't matter because I can never get him past 1, but I still have. I'm gonna punch you. 3s to hit. Come on. 3s to wound. No. Having taken 10 wounds, I'm only going to wound you on 4s with my tusks, but I got to hit you first. Let's just face that's the hard part. 3s to hit. Oh, I wish I was in that battalion doing mortal wounds. 4s to wound. Oh, we got 2. -1 each. 4 up saves, which you freaking make. You made them both. Dryads then can try to kill the Stonehorn, which you did that, and you kill the other one, then I don't think I get enough points for that. So you're hitting them on 3s, because you've got them enraptured. No,
Rerolling the 1s.
Yeah, reroll 1s. Gee, that's a pretty good hit. 4s to wound. Oh, come on, that's enough to kill him. I've only got 4 wounds left, but I got a 4 up save. Okay, he's not going to die, and I ignore wounds on a 5. Hey, only 1 wound.
Twice.
Oh, come on. Oh, come on. You don't get to complain about that.
I didn't hit him.
Oh, you didn't even complain about that. Can the Frost Sabers finish him off? I don't know. We got 4s to hit. Okay. Why are they not in that battalion doing mortal wounds? 3s to wound. 4 of them. They're all -1. 4 up saves, re-rolling 1s. I got him! I killed the Tree Lord Ancient! Ah! I can't believe it! Not game over yet, though. You finish off my Frost Lord. And, yeah. Okay, this is your last chance. Dryads attacking the Frost Lord. Otherwise, he's gonna retreat. And I'm gonna win. He's cold, so you're hitting him on 4s. Because you didn't rapture him. No rerolls, the wizard is dead. Ding dong. Can you do it? 4s to wound. You worked so hard for this, man. You've worked hard. It looked like you were really far behind. 3 up saves. I've got 4 wounds left. Statistically, you're in trouble. But these are dice after all. Oh, if only you had a rend. I'd take 2 wounds. Oh, goodness. He ignores 1 level of rend. I don't know if that probably came up. I don't know if it did. I think you kept rolling 6s and did mortal wounds with your impaling talons.
The sweeping blows, but I don't remember what he said.
Yeah, I think you kept missing with those and then mortal wounding with the other ones. And then my Stonehorn Beast Riders against the 4 Dryads. Start with the guys on top hitting on 5s, but 6s do mortal wounds. There's a mortal wound and 2 hits. That wound on 4s, that's 1 wound. And you get a 3 up save, or 5 up save, so that's 1 more guy dead. So we already removed 1, so there's 1 more. A Rockhard Horn's only 2 attacks now that he's so hurt, 5s to hit. 1 hit, and it wounds. That's -2 to your 5 up, 3 damage, and it kills the rest of them. No points for killing them, though. End of your turn, you get a point, bringing the score to 4-4. And then, unfortunately, on my turn, I just do this. After doing some mortal wounds from the winter. And definitely killed more points than you. But boy, was that close. Because that's 390 points.
And another 300
Another
there.
300 there. And
They're just down to how many wounds left?
3 wounds there, 2 wounds there. Now they still had another 7 wounds that you'd have to kill before you get the points there.
But if I killed either one of those...
I think killing your Tree Lord Ancient still would have made me win. I think you had to kill both of them.
The Tree Lord Ancient probably would have killed... If the Tree Lord Ancient had killed him first...
Oh, well, yeah. Then I wouldn't have killed your Tree Lord Ancient. Well, mind you, on my turn, then I would focus on these guys charging in to try to kill the Tree Lord Ancient. Because, you know, the whole mortal wound thing.
Charge.
Yeah. And these guys, they could actually participate now. I know they don't move very fast, but they'd be hungry. So that would help. But you didn't kill the Frost Lord. That was ridiculously close. You were working hard for that, and it almost went your way. Just in the end there. Not like I couldn't kill your Tree Lord Ancient, but you couldn't kill my Frost Lord.
Good game.
And in the end, the Tree Lord Ancient barely went down. Whoa! I think I went through 25 wounds of his.
Yep.
Before he died.
Least.
Yeah.
Plus he healed wounds over here on the Branch Wraith first turn.
Oh yeah, yeah. After I sniped it with a harpoon.
Healing Kurnoth Hunter with the sword. So he was accounting for like 36 wounds on the table.
Oh, it was ridiculous. He was awesome. He's definitely your MVP. Kurnoth Hunters did great too, holding in that central, because the fact that they held so well when I first charged in right here really made a difference for you, because they killed enough. Killing that Stonehorn, that Huskard and Stonehorn. If he had, a lot of things can snowball, no pun intended, out of control. If, for example, if I had come in here that first turn or second turn, and you didn't kill the Huskard and Stonehorn in retaliation, that's so much more damage that I would have the capability of doing. And yeah, so and that could have really gotten out of control.
And the bows just ran out of steam doing the damage because they had a lot of damage early.
Yes.
They just didn't have enough late.
Yeah, they tried, but I was able to shrug most of that off. But then I swear my dice luck just ran out. I did well at first. Those charges were deadly. And then I get into this fight. I knocked the Tree Lord Ancient down 8 of his 12 wounds, and then I just couldn't do anything else. Kept bringing him down to 1 wound, and he kept healing him, bringing him down to 1 wound, healing him, and just barely killed him with the Frost Sabers.
And not being able to, because they changed the teleportation, I can't teleport out and still shoot.
Right.
I had to.
Well, you couldn't even teleport out, period.
Right.
It says it's instead of a normal movement.
Yeah.
And they couldn't do normal movement when he's stuck in combat, right?
So I can't retreat and shoot. I can't teleport and shoot. He has to stay there and shoot and then try and punch him, and he failed.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, like, even that failing that 4+ to stomp him in the end didn't make a difference, because your Dryads didn't kill him. Like, if the Dryads could have finished him off, then obviously that 4+ to stomp me would have stopped me from killing him. But in the end, it wasn't. My Tusks, which were hurt worse by this, they didn't do any damage. And it was all down.
I should have killed the kitty cats. Oh wait, then it wouldn't matter.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. It's kind of like that. You had to kill him, and you had to survive. And you kind of, killing him would be insurance. You knew that with 4 guys, it wasn't likely to happen, but you could try. And but yeah, interesting. So that was my first time ever with Beastclaw Raiders. I'm sure I made a few mistakes. If you caught any, please put a timestamp and let me know what you think it is. And I say think because sometimes comments say that we got mistakes and we didn't, because maybe you didn't catch things or just interpretations of rules and all of that. So just put those in the comments below. I'd love to see them.
And any help for Sylvaneth.
And any help for Sylvaneth too, for Jared. And yeah, and the next game in the MiniWarGaming Vault will definitely be some more Ogor Mawtribes. I have a funny feeling it's going to be a lot of Gut Busters again, trying out one of their specific Mawtribes, because I have a couple ideas of things I'd like to try out for that. Now that I've seen both Beastclaw Raiders and the Gut Busters in action, they are both kind of scary. But we have to play a lot more games to really see how they fit into the meta everywhere else. Not that I'm going to figure out exactly how to build the best tournament winning list with these. I'm sure there's going to be 1 or 2 ways to do that. That's not what we're all about. We're about having fun, but still trying to figure out, unlock the core abilities of these battle tomes. Well, thank you, Jared, for the game. That was awesome.
Absolutely.
Thank you, everybody else. Make sure you click the link below. Go watch the next game in the MiniWarGaming Vault, and happy wargaming.